listening to the Brian Beatty Real Estate Show on the Big Talker, 1250 WTMA and WTMA.com.
Welcome back to the last few minutes of the Brian Beatty Real Estate Show here on the Big Talker, 1250 WTMA. And I want to finalize our discussion on the opportunity that I believe millennials have to help shape this market. They're in a sense, kind of victims of the market right now. However, as our market continues to shift, as you continue to see information that is very contradictory, you don't really know which way the wind is blowing in the market right now, unless you're really tapped into the trends within it on a local basis, because you can get very lost as just a generalized consumer in the sea of information about the real estate market, and you don't know what the source of the information is. I ripped an article apart from Realtor.com, which is funded by the National Association of Realtors, that was written by basically a screenwriter about her experience with going to open houses, and how, I'm not going to get into it, but it was a ridiculous article. And so you have to be really careful about the information that you're absorbing about the real estate market. That is the whole point of this program, is to give you information that you can rely on to help you better understand the process of buying and selling real estate and how to win in your transaction, how to hire the right agent, how to do everything the right way in accordance and in line with your goals is the whole key there. There is no one-size-fits-all approach to helping somebody buy or sell a house. There are common elements, but people have different goals, different time frames, different needs. And obviously a good real estate agent is going to help bend and weave and accomplish your goals no matter what they are, so long as they're accomplishable. Anyways, I wanted to kind of finalize this discussion on millennials, because a lot of people count them out. A lot of people say they're lazy, they're entitled, they're broke. Let's just push those aside for a second. You don't see there are plenty of millennials that do very well for themselves. You have to remember that the average age of a millennial is now 36. We all think of these young millennials as like the skater punks that are hanging around with, skateboards. I don't know. I don't know what you think a millennial is, but maybe that's my opinion of what your opinion of a millennial is. But you don't see a lot of millennials that have these huge incomes that are broke millionaires. Like, I'm sorry to say, a lot of your parents were. You don't see a lot of them spending everything they make just to keep up with the Joneses. I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that they watched their parents lose a massive amount of money when the market crashed. And as a result, they're very careful with their money. They want to feel like they're getting value. And in a market where prices have increased drastically over the past several years, coupled with a spike in the interest rates and in the fall of last year, that's why you saw closings fall. That's why there has been this overall change in our market. The market is still a very sensitive market. So it begs the question, where should interest rates be? And I think a lot of people, are going to be revising their opinion or predictions of where those interest rates are going to be at the end of the year. Somewhere around 5% would be my guess. So when you read reports about real estate agents being baffled by a lack of home sales, like I opened up the show with, the fact of the matter is, most agents, and I'm going to be very bold in my statement here, but most agents don't understand the dynamics that shape our housing market. They are not tuned into the trends within our market because they either don't study it or they don't do enough business within it to see the trends as they're developing. And as you know, we've been talking about the shift in the market on this program for over a year now. The writing has been on the wall. The question is, are you intelligent enough to see it coming? Are you plugged in enough to the way things have changed in the past to be able to predict what's going to happen in the future? And the real question is, what are you going to do about it? As a buyer, as a seller, or someone that wants to sell and then buy, how does all of this affect you? What do you do with this information? There are so many people out there that understand all too well the feeling of being crippled with information. When we talk about the market crash, of 2008 and all this information that started coming down the pike, I mean, it was truly crippling for a lot of people. They could not get their eyes off the TV, and it was a revolving door of information as it was becoming available. Huge banks closing down, bunch of foreclosures flooding the market, people losing everything. And that's part of one of the challenges that I think millennials face, is that if they overextend themselves, they run the risk of not just losing their home, but losing everything, becoming bankrupt. They don't want to do that. They value the experiences that life brings before they value something more, safe or intelligent, like investing in real estate. They'll get there eventually. And again, when their motivation changes and their family dynamic changes, so will their opinion of home ownership. But the simple answer to what are you going to do about this information is, in the grand scheme of things, you can't really control the market. The market is the market. You can't control it. You can't change it. And you can't admit to yourself that, you can't time it without accepting the fact that there's some luck involved. I can help you get really close. I can help you create a plan that says, this is when we should do this. This is how we're going to do this. This is going to be the end result with confidence, because I've been doing this for a long time. So if that's something that you want to talk more about, feel free to give me a call. My number is 843-345-1273. Again, 843-345-1273. That's my cell. Call or text that number or visit me online, listingsincharleston.com. That's listingsincharleston.com. And of course, text the word WTMA to 555-888. That's text the word WTMA to 555-888 if you want a copy of our marketing plan, because a lot of folks are contacting us because they're tired of having their home on the market. They've tried, it hasn't worked. They want to move. They want to get this job done before the market shifts further and power shifts more toward the buyers. So if that's something we can help you with, give us a call. Otherwise, have a great weekend. And thanks for listening to the Brian Beatty Real Estate Show on the Big Talker 1250 WTMA.
Join us for another edition of the Brian Beatty Real Estate Show next Saturday morning at 9 and Sunday morning at 10. Contact Brian Beatty online at listingsincharleston.com. That's listingsincharleston.com. Or call him at 843-345-1273. 843-345-1273.